I'm back. Team Primedime. Holla at me. Okay, so I got a story time for y'all. One of my most embarrassing moments. And most y'all might can relate, I don't know. Well, anyway, so this is the story time where I was embarrassed. So, okay, this was really long ago. Like I had just turned 11 years old. My family and I had just moved into a new complex, and I was just getting used to going to my new school, right? So I'm learning how to like walk around the neighborhood, like walking from my house to my new school and from my new school back to my house, right? So I get home and I'm like, okay. And at this time, my parents didn't make our keys yet because we literally just moved in. Like we had nothing in our house at all. So I come home, I am like, please let them be like in the living room because my parents take forever to answer the freaking doors. So I'm like, please let one of them be in the living room so I gotta bang on this door forever and ever before they come, right? So luckily I get home. The door was unlocked. I opened the door. I look in the house and I'm like, oh wow. I see a couch. I see a big screen TV. I see a dining room table, a set, everything, y'all. I'm like, oh, okay, we got furniture now. This is cool, right? So I take my backpack off. I put my backpack on the floor. I proceed to go sit on this couch. So I'm sitting on the couch, right? And the way our house was set up, like my parents' room was on this side, me and my sister's room was on this side, and like the kitchen was in the middle, and the bathroom was like right across from me and my sister's room. So a lady comes out of my mom and dad's room, and I'm just sitting on the couch like super quiet because I was very quiet and shy back then. I didn't really talk to anybody, right? So I'm sitting on the couch and I'm looking like, who is this lady? Like, I don't know who this lady is. But then at the same time, I'm thinking like, okay, well, we did just move here, right? So maybe, my parents made friends with the new neighbors, or it's one of a family member I've never met before. You know how you little and your parents be like, oh, this is such and such. So I was like, okay. So the lady, like, kind of glanced at me, but, like, really didn't look at me. So I guess she didn't notice me sitting there. So, and then she goes back in the room. And I'm like, okay, what? Or I'm like, who is this lady? So I'm thinking in my head. So she goes back in the room. Then all of a sudden, I see a guy in a wheelchair. He comes out the room. And then he goes back in the room. And I'm like, who are these people? Like, and why haven't my parents come out the room yet? Like, what's going on? So I'm sitting there on the couch still, enjoying the big screen TV, y'all, on the couch and everything. Then all of a sudden, I think I literally sat on the couch for like a good 5 to 10 minutes, I would say. So he comes out, like the lady comes back out the room. Didn't say nothing, didn't see me, nothing. So then the man in the wheelchair comes out the room, and in my head I'm still thinking, who are these people? Why haven't my parents come out their room yet, right? So finally he looks at me and he's like, who are you looking for? Do you need help? And I immediately think like, dang, okay, now I know I'm in the wrong house. This is not my house. So I immediately was just like shaking my head. No. Grab my backpack, throw that on my back, literally like getting out of the door. Y'all, I'm like, what made this even more embarrassing? My house was literally the next door. So, and I told y'all, my parents take forever to freaking answer the door. So I'm just like, please let them answer the door before this man comes following me, asking me, am I lost and do I need help? I'm sitting there like, I mean, no, I'm walking to my house. Like, I closed his door, their house door. I go to my house, which is literally the next door. So I'm standing there like knocking on the window, like knocking on the window, right? And then, luckily, my dad was in the living room, so he opens the door, and I was just like, got this confused look on my face, like, what just happened? So I'm sitting on, I think probably had like a couple of chairs. I don't know. I sat down somewhere in my house because we still didn't have no furniture. So I'm sitting there, and my dad is like, "Oh, how was school today? Are you okay? Blah blah blah." And I'm like, "I'm okay. This and this and that, right?" Next thing I know, we get a knock at the door. It's the man in the wheelchair asking my dad, was I his daughter? And my dad is like, yeah, that's my daughter. He was like, oh, okay, I think she had gotten kind of confused or mixed up. And my dad is like, oh, okay. So he tells him that or whatever. I think I was in my room. So he was like, you ended up going to the wrong house? I'm like, yeah. So I tell him that, and then I was just like, I can't believe, like, I was just literally just opened the door, and it was unlocked and everything, just walked in the house, sat down on the couch, like it was my house. Like, I really thought it was my house. Like, y'all, the moral of the story is pay attention to your surroundings, because for all I know, I could have been in a freaking murder scene just because I thought we had new furniture. And oh yeah, I forgot to tell y'all, they had, because our carpet was like a light color, so that's what I should have knew that wasn't my house. They had like everything was changed, and I was like, when I was sitting on the couch looking at the carpet, like, oh wow, and they even changed the carpet. Wow, this is really nice, right? Don't do that. Make sure you know what house you wanted to. They could have had guns, all kind of stuff. Like, be safe. So that is one of my embarrassing moments of my life. Team Prime Dime, holler at me. Add me on Twitter. Love y'all. Deuces. Mwah.